And you've just been baited with a 5-minute countdown. My name's Jake Asterix Ozipenko. You have David Yummy Cheeseman Lane. That's right, I said your full name. Tom Curry Lord Sned. He doesn't want me to say it, but I do anyway. Welcome back to Showdown Studios, baby. Proudly supported by Macca's, where you can download the My Macca's app now and order like a legend. Yes. Speaking of two legends, speaking of legendaries, in fact, I hear sticky keys again. This is going to be a big week because this next game is going to constitute who could possibly get kicked out or at least fall down to the bottom of the ladder.
It's a big match for both teams. Whoever wins, as we know, we like to give everyone some money. Whoever wins gets $300 guaranteed. And if Scylla win, they have a great chance of making it into the top 4 and trying to make the gauntlet run.
And the gauntlet run is going to be anyone's game at this point. Yep. BFC have been taken down by Jam. Yep. We have Pale Horse running all the way near the top of the ladder. This is the season where everyone is so tight, even 4th slot can knock down first.
So here's the situation. If Scylla win 3-0 or 3-1, they make it through and they knock out BFC, the previous champions. If they make it 3-2, then it becomes a crazy tiebreaker situation. And
to the spreadsheet.
Yeah, I don't have enough calculators in the world to be able to figure out that one at the moment.
That's going to be close. If BFC get knocked out here, so 3-0, 3-1 from Scylla eSports.
Yeah.
BFC going down.
And even then, like, Legacy aren't going to be kingmakers. They're not going to collude or anything, apart from the fact that it's obviously against the rules, and that would be really bad.
I love how you point that out, just in case. You know?
It's also
just
$300. Guys. They're playing for $300, you know?
Exactly
so
right.
there's a lot at stake.
Exactly right. So you might want to make sure you don't get in that last position, as much money as possible. Going into this next series with Legacy, we have seen so many good highlights of a specific player, and I do want to start talking about Soma.
Oh, yeah. Master of the MVPs. He has so many.
Yeah, he's got 5 MVPs. It's the equal to the most. Actually, I think it's 4 now. He's fallen a little bit behind. But
no, there's like 7 from last season.
He is still the player for Legacy right now in attack. And you can see so many goals, so many goals. And a lot of shots
You're
as
both
well.
Horrible. You're both horrible.
Why do you hate fun, Jay?
Yeah, why?
I hate fun.
You do hate fun.
I know that you don't understand jokes.
Who hurt you?
Puns.
Look, just because I'm a monkey, just
you need more color in your life.
But I'm a play-by-play.
That's why you need more.
That was the joke. See, I don't get humor. I'm not a funny guy. So look, if Soma's such a good goal scorer, if Soma's such a good setup artist, I want to call him, then who are we comparing him to, and how does Scylla come into the mix?
Scylla have a really fast player that's going to shut down Soma a lot, but we're really looking at Dumbo, who's only come in the last couple of weeks. Well, the last week, he came back from vacation, and he had a really devastatingly poor first showing, but that's expected. You have 2 weeks off. That's way too long in Rocket League terms.
Oh yeah, that's an eternity. So guys at home, don't think too much about his stats. This is representative of one match that didn't live up to his potential.
This is Croatia Dumbo, right?
Yeah. This is Croatia Dumbo. He had a great time away. That takes more than 2 weeks recovery.
Man, I mean, like, he must have had a good time in Croatia.
Well, he's over 20, so he had a great time in Croatia.
I was talking with him this week, and he was still jet lagged throughout the week. He's been staying up till like crazy hours, like 2 a.m., which for Dumbo, he normally wakes up at 5 a.m.
A game of staying up till 2 a.m. No way.
Why does he wake up at 5 a.m.?
5? I don't know, because
that's insane.
He's Western Australia, and you know how they are.
They're
weird.
weird.
Weird, and we don't. It's a shame that we actually have to include them.
It is. You'd think they're so far away. It's probably easy to fly players from Malaysia or something.
All right. Well, look, going into this last series, obviously, it is some of the lower tier matches, but it's important about who stipulates where they are sitting. And Scylla have the ability to cause an upset here today. Thinking about how Dumbo fits in, thinking about how Soma fits in. Korea, let's start with you. What are our predictions for this last series?
Well, Dumbo's going to be playing a lot better than he did last week. Otherwise, all hell's broken loose. So I think they're in a good place to push forward and probably take these wins. So I'm going to go 3-2 to Scylla.
Yeah, and I think that it is still going to be a close one. And I think I have to go with my heart, because I don't want the, like...
Well, not your heart.
I don't want the Legacy win simply because they don't yet have the chance to make it in on the tiebreakers. They lost too many games throughout the league play.
True.
But if Scylla make it through, they'll go. So I'm predicting them just because I want them to win. And I'm going to go for the 3-2 to make it spicy.
3-2. Well, we'll see how we go. But similar predictions coming into this last series of our league play for week number 4. We're going to say bye to Courier and Cheeseman and myself will be jumping into the fresh cast, fresh as Bel Air. You joined us for the last one, just to take us out.
It's so good to be here. The last one of league play, I didn't even start the season as a caster.
No.
I only just learnt yesterday, I think.
Brought you in.
How to cast and.
Well, we decided, we're like, hey, look, we need to get Cheesery back on in.
I just was so glad that I avoided Pale Horse eSports, or as I like to call them, Pale eSports.
But Courier did that before anyway, so like there's no avoiding. Everyone's going to call it Pale Heat.
Names are hard.
Yeah. Legacy eSports take on Scylla eSports, and that is a good kickoff.
Straight into a fake.
But Blitz will get a direct shot following up, and Legacy have not had the predictions on their side this time around. Zen will try and dribble the ball, and Scylla eSports looking to create an upset here, but not before Legacy can take their second shot of the game.
Already some big chances coming through for Legacy, but Scylla eSports, they've got a lot of confidence, and that's important. It is notable to say that they get a lot of passes, and you need to be confident to do that.
We know that Scylla eSports should be confident. They were the team that were invited at the very start, and Legacy are not making it easy for them in this first game. This is a big clear, and it ends up being a big goal. Very unexpected there from Scylla.
What a pinch out. Snarf combining with AOE in what was some kind of magical mystery moment. And they were just lucky to get that in, but they'll take those.
Yeah, Legacy pushed everyone up at Scylla eSports. The moment is there. It's definitely not gone. Scylla eSports getting that first goal. Very nice indeed. Here comes Legacy off the wall. It was Zen. The ball getting set up. Scylla eSports, we didn't talk as much about how Scylla were playing their fast-paced game. We have in the past couple of weeks, but against Legacy eSports might be a different team to face with their momentum.
It's not just the fast play, it's the fact that they're not getting the passes off. They need those passes, and they need to be able to hit that ball all the way down to the other end of the pitch and take advantage.
Well, looks like they're starting to do that as Legacy are losing more and more possession. Big clears, but AOE, that's, I guess, a soft clear. It's going to come off the backboard now. Legacy have an opportunity. Soma waiting very slow. He reads it a lot better. There we go from Plitz. Hits the top of the crossbar, bounces down, and Soma will not find the follow-up. But Legacy, they're not done. Plitz coming in, and it's still AOE Emp who will find the save.
That's a lot of pressure from Legacy, and they still have it.
Yeah.
As Scylla are running out of boost, only AOE Emp with anything left. It's going to make it hard for Scylla to get back on attack.
But look, they have recovered. The ball is hanging around this center field, but like you said, Legacy have continued on up. There it goes to Zen into the corner, looking again and again. It was Dumbo, but Plitz to follow the ball through. Zen will recover the ball, but it's stolen away by Dumbo. It's redirected, it's centered, and AOEM is just waiting for the ball to be passed back.
It feels like Legacy has had the advantage most of this game, but they can't score any of the goals. They're not setting anything up, and they're not even getting shots on.
Legacy eSports are really struggling. Like you said, so how does Scylla eSports get more than just that one lucky goal, I want to say? I want to say lucky.
Yeah, it was lucky, yeah.
Yeah, let's look. Never lucky. Apparently Scylla eSports.
Yucky.
Snarf will. That's a beautiful voice. I'm just gonna move on. AOEM centering the ball. Legacy eSports now, they're passing it up the field. We talked about them struggling to get shots through, and it will be Snarf again, who is the brick wall for Scylla eSports. Off the backboard, Dumbo to regain control, but Zen looks like he'll hit it right back. Legacy still holding the majority of possession in this first game, and Zen to clear it away again.
Yeah, it seems Scylla is very content with how they are at the moment. They like being 1 goal ahead. They're not pushing someone out for that pass. They're not taking any risks.
Legacy, another opportunity lies in wait. You have 145. And playing nice and slow. Scylla eSports are going against their name. But here they go. Up the enemy side of the field. Scylla eSports waiting for Snarf to drop on down. AOEM lies around this midfield, and Dumbo to recover the ball, but Legacy are going to pass it over to this left wing. There's Soma. AOEM gets there first.
Wide on the wing as Dumbo It's not really showing up as we thought he might. He still has a few of those rust buckets there. The shot is on. Snarf, popping that one over the top. Just a little dainty touch at the end to get that one in.
Fantastic work from Scylla eSports. Plitz not back in time. Snarf recovering and delivering the ball to the net will be great for Scylla eSports as they hold that 2-goal advantage with limited time remaining.
Legacy keep trying to push up. They need to get that reverse goal, but letting one in is not going to help them at all.
And Legacy just have struggled to regain control. Plitz missing the ball there. Will be very crucial as AOEM passes it on back to Snarf. The shot there for Dumbo. Scylla will make it 3.
This is scary. Scylla are starting to get those passes off. The first pass play really that has been effective this match. Slotting that one in, and that's a sign of potentially a runaway of this series.
And with each and every goal, BFC have got to be sitting there grasping at their fingernails because a 3-0, 3-1 means BFC will be knocked down and will not be going in the gauntlet. There is so much on the line here for more than just these two teams involved. Legacy, what have you got? It's what BFC are asking now. It's what Scylla eSports are questioning as we have only 45 seconds. And this looks like game 1 could be easily secured.
BFC are not going to be happy watching this one. I guarantee all of them are going to be there in the Twitch chat. Make sure you say hi as they're going to be knocked out at this rate.
Yep. First game has looked so well. Easy for Scylla eSports. No, maybe more respective as we do see 20 seconds counting down the clock. It is not going to matter here. Legacy are under fire and Scylla are just having free shots. And the fourth one will be exactly that.
Legacy defense is not holding up to Scylla right now. There's no clears, there's no commitment, and it's been a bit of a theme of Legacy so far, just a lack of cohesion.
Scylla eSports coming through game 1. Legacy were the invited team. Previously, Gang, we saw how good they were in playoffs getting through. This is an open goal, but Zen will fly on past. It won't matter. The ball will hit the ground. Let's come back. Legacy invited. Scylla should have been performing so much better in the tournament. And it has taken them a while to sort of come back and be the sandcastle lineup that we expected.
Yeah, and there were some shake-ups in the Scylla roster. I think having got used to how Daesu plays, they're still not quite in the swing of things. And even then, in that game, we didn't see them play at their best until the very end.
Yeah.
On the opposite side, Legacy have never, ever won their first game of the day.
Really?
They've not won. In fact, last week was the best performance where they only lost 2-1. But they're normally losing 4-0, 5-0. And we got to wait till the second game when Soma's hyped up the boys and be like, yeah, let's do it.
He's going to get them all revved up. Legacy are, you know, in the first 2 minutes of that game, they looked in control. They looked like they were controlling the pace as well. But it was just securing those shots against Scylla, which just seemed too much of a task for them.
I can't help but think if Legacy were able to convert on a single shot, that the entire game would have been very different. True. They had control of the possession. They were able to keep Scylla without boost, which you don't normally do. Scylla normally keeps their opponents without boost. But if you can't capitalize on that, what's the point?
That's right. They're really heavy into the demolitions. AOEM's always rotating around the map, stealing boost, blowing cars up, destroying punks. But this time, Scylla eSports have kind of just taken a step back. And it's not as fast-paced, I feel, as usual. But it does look a little bit more controlled.
It is a lot more controlled, and we're going to see if the passes come out from Scylla, there's not going to be a lot that Legacy can do so far.
I love as we see that. The ball's already kicked off for Scylla eSports. They've started their offense and are unrelenting as we do go cross field. Another word I'm not allowed to say. Scylla eSports keeping it slow. AOEM is there, but Legacy will recover. Now it's their opportunity, but it lies in wait. How do we go about redirecting this ball? Zen's there, the final shot from Plitz. Not going to find it this time.
And Legacy have shown once again that they can keep this pressure up. But Scylla reverse it instantly.
Now they're waiting for Plitz to hit the ball as he clears it cross field. It's going to be AOE who gets the better touch. Zen trying to jump on up. It hits the backboard and he sends it around this corner. But how do we go again? Scylla eSports trying to touch the ball, comes to a standstill. Snarf bumps and disrupts the flow. As Scylla are not done there. Dumbo is just going to pass it downfield once again. Off the roof, into the goal. But no, Blitz is there. AOEM sending it up again. Set up, and Scylla keep it in the half and finish it.
And we saw AOEM had the opportunity to take the shot, but Scylla, they go for the pass. Dumbo is ready for it. The quick 1-2, and they're in the lead once again.
Look at this. This is exceptional performance by Scylla eSports, running laps over Legacy, who have not had a successful goal so far this series. Scylla eSports, after kicking up that first game, look like they want to do it again. That was a close shot. Dumbo sending it all the way across field. Zen is there, but AOEM, you cannot get it past him this game. Playing very well. I mean, this feels like it is Scylla's week.
It's not that Legacy aren't able to get the passes off either. They're trying. They know where their teammates are. But Scylla eSports are shutting it down every single time, especially AOEM.
Yep.
Coming through with the intercept time after time.
I mean, it's good form from Scylla eSports, reading these plays before they happen, and Legacy unable to continue the setup. We see Scylla eSports setting up around this goal. Again, another opportunity, but Plitz will save it. Close call. Halfway into the net. Scylla eSports are not done. And you can see the playback rolled in. Mind games from Scylla.
So much forward pressure, and AOEM, the pass across, taking the time to recover and put that shot on net. AOEM is starring this game.
And I was expecting Snarf to just go for the shot, come flying out of nowhere and take it. But I love that from Snarf. I love that from Scylla eSports. They lead 2. Legacy are getting collapsed upon. Scylla eSports continuing off again. There's an opportunity for Soma. He misses the ball, and Scylla will easily recover.
Rare miss from Soma.
I don't understand how Scylla are in this good of a form, though.
It's something we've been missing from them all of league play. They haven't seen the best of them, but it's also been Daisu. It's really hard coming in with a sub and trying to take it across as Scylla now comfortable.
Daisu was playing exceptionally well. Scylla eSports, like they are adapting, however, and Dumbo fitting in quite nicely. Around this corner, we continue to play. Scylla eSports will regain control. Let's bounce back for a second, however, as Soma will do a very wide clear. Blitz waiting for the ball, but Scylla eSports look like they are still happy in their offense. Their defense doing well as well, and Legacy have 2 minutes to play with and 2 goals against them.
It's really hard when you're Zen, the fastest player in potentially the league, and you're getting beaten to the ball.
And again, there we go, Scylla eSports. You were just talking about it, and another case of Scylla beating Legacy to the ball.
Zen just missing that one as well. You'd expect Zen to get those, and something is off. Zen not quite in the mode, not quite ready to get those shots
we just saw that from Plitz as well 10 seconds before. Legacy are missing these crucial balls, and cheated to the ball, gets it first. Now Scylla, they're coming back for it again. Off the backboard, it's going to drop down. Here we go. Dumbo putting on the pressure to Plitz. And that'll really be all they need. They have so much time to work with.
It's 1 minute 30 remaining, and Legacy still haven't got a goal.
Yeah.
They haven't scored at all in this series. Where is the Soma hype train? Where is that big solo goal that gets everyone excited and gets them ready to score 7,000 goals in a match? I think that's possible.
Waiting for him to go upside down and surprise us again. Look at this. Scylla eSports are having shot after shot, and Legacy are feeling it. They are sweating. Soma will clear the ball away. It's a good touch, and Legacy, they can't really recover this at the rate it's going. Scylla have another shot on goal. It'll be hit up, but here we go again. Look at this.
Snarf's going insane. The 50-50s, the aerial challenges, they're on point. Nobody can get the ball past him.
There we go again. Another shot by Dumbo. Legacy eSports will clear it away, but not for long as they bring it back in, trying to get it past and slip through the lines of defense. Soma, he will get the ball. He will dribble it. He will follow it up. And Legacy, to get 1 goal, I guess, would be that strike back at Scylla eSports.
They don't even just need to get 1 goal. They need to get 1 shot. Hysterics. They haven't got a single shot this game.
You're joking.
It's ridiculous. 15 shots there for Scylla eSports.
Wow.
Legacy still just trying to get one. They've been stuck on defense the entire time, and they've only got 15 seconds left to get one.
Exactly right. Not even that counted as a shot. We are 0-0 and 0. Legacy eSports are struggling against Scylla, and BFC, you better start sweating it out, because I tell you what, Scylla are coming, and they're coming for your head.
Oh my goodness. Scylla eSports, if they keep this up, they might be able to make the full gauntlet run next week. They're one game away for qualifying out of nowhere. No one expected them to be able to even come through and have the opportunity this week. And now they have a chance to make it all the way through.
I think that Scylla eSports here, we were expecting, look, it's going to be close. It's going to be Legacy having a great run, but they have switched on. Scylla eSports, this is the best form I've seen. You said there was 16 shots in that game by Scylla eSports. They had so much control, and they gave none back to Legacy eSports.
Legacy had to stay on defense, and we saw a couple of mistakes by Legacy on defense. But that's understandable. They took so many shots against them. They have 9 saves there. They missed 1 or 2. I mean, that's fine. You can miss 10% of your saves. That doesn't matter, because all of a sudden, they've now got 0 goals. They're on like 3 shots to the entire series. This might be a first for Throwdown. We've never seen a 0-goal series.
But will we? The question remains as we go into Game 3 very shortly. And Legacy, you said after Game 1, maybe they'll switch back on. It'll be a change, but they have not changed from Game 1. It has just been Scylla's gotten better since Game 1.
Yeah, they've been even better at shutting down Legacy
reading
and
them well,
preventing them from even getting onto the attack.
Exactly
You
right.
see them taking the ball out. There are already 2 players without boost. The last person is just trying to get some time for their team.
Yeah.
They're panicking and getting it away, and then there's nothing left to make a shot.
Not sure what Legacy are going to do here. They're definitely under the pressure. Here we go, game number 3, and it has been flawless from Scylla eSports so far. Let's see if Soma can change things as he'll dribble the ball, but instantly stolen away. And AOEM will pass the ball downfield.
Scylla eSports already feeling in control, getting the passes to each other. That one was a little wide.
But it's still a shot. There's the first shot of the game, and it goes to Scylla eSports.
Of course.
Here we go, back on the defense. Soma jumps up. He's going to hit the ball up to the roof, setting it for Plitz. Plitz will not find it, but instead it goes to Zen, and Zen will hit it around the center field. Soma's here. Ball bounces back in their defensive half, however, and Zen has to be careful. Ball bounces down in front of goal. Who secures it? It's AOEM.
Normally it is Snarf Snarf getting those blocks, and it was Snarf Snarf once again. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Look at that read. He's seeing exactly where Legacy are going to hit the ball, and that is a free goal for
One
AOE.
step ahead, Scylla eSports. We said it in game 1, 2, and now in 3, we're going to rinse and repeat. Scylla eSports are reading the future here, and Legacy have nothing to offer. They are walking over them, and Scylla are about to knock out BFC for the first time in our league play. The first time they might not be in a finals.
That's insane. They have won the championship Season 1 and Season 2. They may not make top 4 here, as Scylla eSports are running for the dream.
Oh, no.
Dumbo.
It looks too easy for Scylla.
I don't know what's going on. They just taken Legacy into that mental game where they just don't know what to do. Okay, they're about to pass. They then go for a shot. Okay, they're about to shoot. They go for a 50-50 instead. It's just too much for Legacy, and it's really showing why Scylla are one of those professional teams.
So we got to really rate how good Scylla is looking at the moment and coming into the gauntlet, which looks like it will be their next challenge.
Yep.
They are going to give a run for the money. Teams like Jam, teams like Pale Horse have to be scared. Look at this. The setup is beautiful. Even if they don't get the goals, they are buying more and more time, and Legacy are still struggling to get even a shot on goal.
Still no shots coming out from Legacy. Nothing on net.
Oh, what? Expected by now, I guess.
I mean, I don't know if he meant to do that, but it looks good. Dumbo coming in with style, using those...
If Devo's off the backboard, what are we calling that?
Luck? Lucky? Yeah. Let's call it a Dumbo, as Scylla eSports running away with
Yeah, don't
this
mock it. Right? I'm sorry. I don't have Rocket League jokes. I'm terrible. The mock it? No, I don't.
You are terrible.
I am terrible. I'm such a monkey. Legacy eSports. Here comes Plitz now. trying to make the first shot into a reality. Scylla eSports lead by 3 goals, and we have to take stock of this situation because Scylla, an opportunity. Yes, first shot! First shot! Goal!
Yes!
Soma! Got the first goal. All right. Bit of excitement. Soma's with 3 minutes to go. That's good.
I've never been more excited for a goal in my life.
Neither have I.
Soma getting 2 shots at once.
Wow.
That spot, and also getting the goal. They have at least proven that they're not to be trifled with, and they still have 3 minutes to make a comeback.
I don't want to say anything, but in the past, Scylla eSports have been reverse sweeped.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, it has not been the most pleasant of runs. Legacy still don't look in form. It was a great run by Soma, but it would be rewarding for Scylla eSports to take a clean 3-0.
It would be super rewarding, and it would also put them in such a commanding position in the league play. It puts them in 3rd place.
Set up there from Soma.
Solid shot.
Snarf came through, and he was just in time in front of that goal. Dumbo passed it up. And yeah, it would really, coming back to your point, Cheeseman, it would put them in a great position. That full run of the gauntlet would be difficult, but I mean, performance here today.
It kind of makes me excited. Scylla eSports coming through on 4th, but with the potential to make the full run if they play the way they are right now.
Yeah. But you're not going to be versing teams like Legacy, who not able to read what Scylla eSports are doing right now. Dumbo's back into defense. This is good from Scylla. They are holding the line, and Legacy is starting to get some more shots, or at least some more opportunities around that goal. It is Soma who's leading on 3. I think we have to take note that there are 4 shots now by Legacy, but Scylla eSports are getting twice as many.
Still a few touches like that one that are going straight to their opponents when you'd normally see Legacy get the pass out. Zen, again, that should have been a pass.
Yeah. So, trifling mistakes from from Legacy eSports, and again, you still have to praise how Scylla are playing. So, it looks like, at the moment, as we see them coming from the roof, they're trying to secure the 4th goal. And that 4th goal could just lock it down. AOEM, they're just in time to bring the ball back. He gets bumped, and the ball will fly. But Scylla eSports look okay in defense. They're going to bring it right back.
It's getting really precarious here for Legacy eSports. Scylla have basically guaranteed that $300, but coming in for another spot, that is $650, even if they come 4th in the gauntlet.
Dumbo's here setting it up for Scylla. One final goal to lock it on away. Scylla have had such a great performance in this series. One goal would be the finalizer, the equalizer, the finisher to close the coffin and never speak of it again. It would be Legacy going down. And look, I think Scylla may have what it takes. Legacy struggling for control, but 20 seconds is not a lot of time to work with.
Final chance here for Legacy as they are falling all the way behind. 14 seconds is just enough. With that touch, that is going to be Scylla eSports going through. We said 3-0s were super important at the beginning of the day.
No. And they leave it for AOEM. He'll finish it off. Nicely done. Scylla eSports, we now have to take a realistic fact that these guys have just cleaned house of Legacy, and BFC, ladies and gentlemen, will not be in our league play. They cannot be Season 3 champions.
That's insane. They've never, like in any tournament in the last 5 months. In fact, they have won the last 5 major tournaments in a row. This is the end of the Billy Fan Club era, as they will finally have a tournament which they just don't win.
I like how you called it era. You know, in America they call it era, right? Billy Fan Club era. All right, okay, I'm not making jokes anymore. That's it, I'm done. Scylla eSports have just blown us out of the goddamn water. Legacy put up a fight at that last bit of the game. You could say they did put up a fight, Korea, but it was not enough, and Scylla were clean. 1 goal in 3 games for Legacy.
Oh, that was just a murder. My notes were just like, goal, win, intercept, goal, win.
And we only saw signs of Legacy really at the end when they started getting a couple of pass plays off, even 1 goal coming through for Soma. But it was just not enough. Like, even if they did that in game 2, it was going to be a struggle.
Oh, yeah. They were just outclassed across the board. They weren't able to get any meaningful passes out. Every time they went for it, AOE was like, no. And then, stole the ball off them time and time again.
An awesome game from Scylla eSports, but I think without looking at Legacy anymore, like we know Legacy didn't play to their heart's content. It wasn't the full success story, but who are we looking at in Scylla eSports apart from AOE who kind of insinuated the run-through and made them so successful?
We didn't see a lot of magic coming out from Dumbo, but again, he's only just come back from vacation.
True.
He was solid. All of them were solid, but what I really liked was Snarf. You don't normally see him really dominating the attack.
Yeah.
But against Legacy, he was stopping every single aerial. He was up there. As soon as Zen was there for an aerial, Snarf was at the other end. And it was a big reason why Legacy couldn't get the clear.
And that's a big thing for Legacy, right? Zen is so fast off the ground. If you have a player like Snarf intercepting him, that's really just cutting them off at the knees.
And it's a bit of an old style. Snarf used to be very quick in the air, very simple, say with AoE Emp, but some of the fastest. And they're proving it again up against Zen here.
It's silly plays, but god damn, I loved it so much. I'm not going to even say silly. Silly from Legacy, but overall, Scylla eSports will be taking that win. Let's have a look at the standings as well, because this is really important, and this is going to be how we go forward with our teams. I think in our league play, because this is the last week before we go into the gauntlet, I've been really impressed with Pale Horse eSports, and they definitely deserve a mention.
And Jam Gaming and Pale Horse eSports, they've secured top positions. Jam Gaming only just getting ahead because they did take down Pale Horse eSports. And that's going to put them at the end of the gauntlet run. They're the big boss right now.
Yeah, the dragon at the final step.
Ooh.
But the interesting part for me is we have 3 players on 2-3, and we did talk about how every game is going to matter. Heads-to-heads really mattered. And now we have a bit of closure on how that's going to go.
If Billy Fan Club could have got an extra game, if Scylla eSports didn't 3-0, then it would have been a very different story. But we're going to see Scylla eSports up against the other team at the beginning of that gauntlet. They're going to play up against Pale Horse eSports, whoever wins. And the winner of that gets to verse up against Jam Gaming.
So I'm looking forward to it. Of course, the head-to-head will be a big impact here. That's why we have Scylla eSports going up against the other team. Unfortunate to Billy Fan Club and Legacy eSports at the bottom down there as well. They will not be going into the gauntlet. And a new times, they are a-changing. Johnny Cash didn't say that. Who said that? Times they are a-changing.
I don't know, but it's a great song in The Watchmen.
Someone.
Okay. Yeah, no. Bob Dylan. Thank you very much.
Thanks, production.
Thanks. Roger that. Bob Dylan. But of course, it means we're going to have an exciting gauntlet run. It means we're going to have Scylla give us a bit of a run for our money. And Pale Horse and Jam Gaming could be the end result. Or we could see Scylla climb all the way up. Or even the other team.
Yeah, and if somebody makes the full run, it's going to be exciting as all hell.
Hell yeah. They're best of sevens. Scylla love best of sevens.
And the other big one is Pale Horse eSports. They're the first one that came through the community qualifiers and qualified second. They had 4 wins and 1 loss. It wasn't like, they got into a tiebreaker. They had 3 wins and 2 losses. No, they were pretty dominant.
Yeah.
And they came in as 6th seed as well. They didn't come in like roaring hot, we're number 5 on the tails of 4. They came in 6th, lulled us into a false sense of security. They really were the dark horse that's kind of pallid.
Yeah, they were ambitious, and look at where they are now. Second, in line with Jam, but of course the head-to-head comes into account. But I am so proud of Pale Horse eSports, a community team making it up there. However, that is it for this week of League Play. We are going to be going live with the Gauntlet next week, but this is really big. We have just opened up registrations for Season 4, the road to RLCS, Yummy.
Season 4 is about to begin. Of course, it starts on the 27th of August at 12 p.m. AEST. So if you guys are late, I'm not going to excuse you. But sign-ups are open, throwdowntv.gg. You get in there, have some fun. If you're any better than these two, and I can guarantee you are, then you should be in there. Don't worry.
I can't aerial.
Don't worry if you're not the best gamer. It is the way everybody starts, and maybe potentially you can make it to the RLCS.
Exactly right. Everyone is able to sign up there, and we are looking forward to our teams fighting for a spot to represent Oceania internationally. We have beaten a team. BFC beat denial. Okay.
100% against NA. Let's keep it
Yeah,
up.
we got it, guys. We're going well.
And there's no shame losing to EU. It's
Yeah.
only NA you have to be worried
Yeah, but
about.
this season I think we will.
Oh, apparently we're going to win RLCS this season. I heard that from... No, it was actually me saying that. Guys, however, after this is the end of our broadcast. After this, we are hosting a really good cause. Extra Life coming through for Doctors Without Borders, Yummy. And this is really important. And we wanted to show our support.
Yeah, make sure that you go and watch the Rocket League Extra Life. It's a regular event. It is amazing. The community globally gets together to raise money for charity. There's a lot of fun. And if you're from OCE, there's still a chance to sign up. It begins at 4 p.m. AEST for the Oceanic players. Otherwise, make sure you tune in, have some laughs, and it's going to be a great day. We'll be there.
Absolutely awesome event. We are going to be supporting that. So stick around. We'll be hosting it after this on our Twitch channel. If you haven't followed already, go ahead and press that button. But thank you so much to Yummy Cheeseman and Career Lord joining me as always. I am Hysterics. And a big thank you to our proud sponsors, McDonald's.
Yeah.
You can go on their My Macca's app right now and order like a legend. However, that's it for us this week. We'll see you next week to kick off our Season 3 gauntlet. Until then.